this bad boy could be in your backyard, and
No,
you never know.
don't say that.
Now,
No, don't say that. Please only exist in Australia, please. I'm sorry, Australians. Okay, take one for the team. Hi YouTube, welcome back. It's me, Marshie. So today, I'm back to react to more crazy and deadly Australian creatures. This is part 3 of me torturing myself. If you haven't watched part 1 and 2, please go watch it after this video. Alright, let's dive into it. Let's go.
this bird is a vampire.
What? Oh my god, what do you mean by vampire? Are they gonna, like, suck my blood? Blah, blah, blah.
Introducing the vampire groundfinch, native
Oh
to
my
the Galapagos
God!
Islands, and a great example of the horrifying affronts to the universe that evolution can produce when it decides to do a little trolling.
Whoa!
Now, you see, at first glance, this is the most boring vampire you can possibly imagine.
Really?
Coming in at a measly 12 centimeters and a
They're
mere
small.
20 grams in weight.
What? Bro.
That's kind of small.
Rocking
Yeah.
a feather pattern I can best describe as a Minecraft dirt block, and as it turns out, the bastards that wrote Twilight lied to me because it doesn't even fucking sparkle.
I was gonna say, man, Team Edward or Team Jacob? Yeah, he's not sparkling, huh?
The killer bone.
So it's missing fangs, angst, a cape, and the funny accent.
Funny accent.
How does it qualify as a vampire? Simple. Drinks a shitload of blood. You see, most birds eat seeds and insects, and while the vampire finch can eat those too, there is a problem. They live on an island, and that island is very small.
Oh,
In fact, they're only
no.
found on 2 of the Galapagos Islands, and small islands means a
So
far
rare.
smaller amount of that food to go around. To the point where these finches can't rely on it as their sole source. Which for a bird usually isn't a problem, because, you know, they don't need a plane ticket to just off and fly somewhere. However, as the name suggests, the vampire ground finch can't fly for shit.
Whoa!
So, how do they get their food? They suck it out of someone that can. This, don't laugh, is the Nazca booby.
Oh my god. Is a vampire shocking booby? Wait, they have to look like this too? Man, evolution hate this creature. Are you kidding? Jeez, I know he's not kidding, but holy shit.
Hey, stop giggling back there. Another species of
can't.
bird native to the islands. They are very strong flyers that feed on fish. They also nest on the islands, which is where our feathery Nosferatu comes to play. You see, when the boobies... Stop giggling.
I can't.
Come to roost, the vampire finch will sneak over and hop onto their back. Then, using their razor-sharp beak, they will poke a very small, borderline painless hole into one of the bird's flight feathers. Once the blood is flowing freely, the vampire finch gorge themselves on it. See, as it turns out, blood is macro-friendly. And considering these things are living creatures, they just make more blood. In essence, giving the vampire finch an infinite food source.
Yo,
in fact, they can get so
crazy.
much blood from these birds, it is not uncommon to see multiple finches sucking from the same booby.
I knew he was gonna make that booby jokes. Infinite booby glitch, what?
I'm sorry, I can't say this.
Hooray, more spider. Yay!
This spider hunts with jump scares.
Oh my god, what?
But how? Introducing the trapdoor spider, a family of arachnid containing...
The what? The trapdoor spider? Is he gonna trap my door? And then kill me? Is that it? Is that where the name came from?
hundreds of species
Australia?
found in every continent on the globe. Meaning, yes, for once, this bad boy could be in your backyard, and you never know.
No, don't say that.
Now,
No, don't say that. Please only exist in Australia, please. I'm sorry, Australians. I'm sorry. Okay, take one for the team.
trapdoor spiders are particularly interesting compared to other spiders due to their hunting method. You see, normal spiders tend to spend several hours spinning up some elaborate art piece for a fly to clothesline itself on.
Oh my god.
And tarantulas just jump But trapdoor spiders, yeah, they hunt with a door. Very early on in life, trapdoor spiders dig themselves a hole. This silk-lined burrow will then serve as its home for basically its entire 20-year lifespan.
What?
Hell,
Whoa.
they basically never leave the thing, like some neckbeard living in his mum's basement. But they've
AKA me, I'm just kidding. I don't really leave the house, okay? I'm a vtuber. I don't touch grass, okay? I am actually allergic to grass, so I have an excuse. Okay.
Still gotta eat, and since DoorDash does not deliver to spiders, this burrow doubles as their method for catching food. You see, they use their silk to craft a trapdoor over the burrow entrance.
What the
Then, using their fantastic arts and craft skills, they just bolt a bunch of random shit to their front door so it blends in perfectly with the floor.
Oh my god!
After finishing their construction project, they will spin up a bunch of basically invisible strands of web on the floor in the surrounding area that act as tripwires, feeding information back to their neckbeard nest whenever something steps on it.
No, thank you! The fact that this spider is just hanging around my backyard and not just in Australia is a crime. And you know it.
And when some unfortunate insect steps a little too close,
Rip!
Money.
this spider
That is literally a horror movie scene. I was not ready for that. Holy shit, I jumped IRL.
wombats defend
Wombats
themselves
are so
by
cute.
throwing it back. But to
Hey,
understand
yo.
how the fuck they actually do it, you're gonna need to learn a little bit about them first. You see, Australia is home to 3 species of these bad boys, all of them equally adorable and very
Loki, I am built like a wombat. Are they dangerous? I mean, I guess we'll see.
importantly, all being burrowers, meaning they dig out a nice little hole for themselves and the family to live
Yeah.
in, because, like the rest of us, they can't afford a fucking house in this economy, man. They go to
Relatable.
around 1.3 meters in length, but despite being small, they are built like fucking tanks, weighing in at a chunky ass 35 kilos, but despite their
Holy
weight, I
shit.
shit you not, they have a top speed of 40k an hour.
Oh my god, they're fast! Never
Now,
mind!
the fact that they can nearly
That's
get
not
booked in
me.
a school zone, coupled with them being a tank-class marsupial, forms the start of their defense strategy. So you see, a fun fact about wombat anatomy is they spect all their defense points into their ass. Rather than having fat and muscle, a wombat's cheeks are made out of 4 thick
They use a cat to like fight off the enemies. That is so iconic. I love wombats. Officially. Oh my god. May I say, oh my god.
plates of fused cartilage, making it extremely solid. And this Kevlar BBL allows for the fucking funniest defense mechanism
Yo.
I have ever seen on an animal.
Yeah, wombat's got the biggest BBL, man. Come on now.
Basically, if a predator tracks down Mr. Wombat to his burrow, it'll stick its head in and start trying to dig him out. In
Okay.
response, the wombat will line his ass up with the tunnel door, chuck the gear shifter into reverse, and fucking floor it backwards up the tunnel into his aggressor, slamming his ass into its head.
Holy
the impact then
shit.
squashes the predator between his steel cheeks and the roof of the burrow, straight up crushing its
my
skull
God.
like a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Yo, wombat's got a really strong cat. Holy shit. I didn't know that's how they fight. They back up into the enemy and basically crush them with their cat. Oh my goodness. I think I just found one animal that I like in this whole Australian compilation, man.
This seal is such a menace that he routinely gets the cops called on him.
Really? Ay.
Introducing our protagonist, Neil the Seal, a 600 kilo
Neil the
absolute
Seal.
unit of a southern elephant seal from
He's a little junky boy. He's kind of big.
my home state of Tasmania in the land down under, who is known for, above all else, being an absolute fucking menace to polite society. But despite his crimes, we all still truly love him. But what are his
Oh, so
crimes?
cute.
Well, see, he seems to just fucking hate traffic cones and road safety in general. Has regularly been
my
caught
gosh.
trespassing, and then once he has been caught trespassing, belligerently screaming at locals because they won't give him his fucking fish, and has been known to just block roads by plopping his
Wow.
fat ass down directly in the middle of them. However,
He's just taking a little nappy on the road, okay? Let him nap.
hands down, the funniest shit he has ever done was just straight stopping this random lady from going to work. I shit you not. This motherfucker crawled out of the ocean, up the beach, crossed the road, absolutely fucking bodied this woman's poor letterbox.
Oh my
and then
God.
proceeded to plant himself directly in front of her fucking car. She was then unable to go to work because this half-ton beefcake was camping her drive.
Bro, just take that photos and send to your manager and be like, yeah, you know, I can't really go to work today. New the sea is literally blocking my way. Thank you. And then you get a day off. So you're welcome, you know? New the sea is doing you a solid, okay?
Way for so damn long. Local news had time to drive out to her house and cover the fucking story.
Oh
Now,
my
this
God.
is a lot of menace for a single seal to cause. But the funniest part of this is, old mate isn't even fully grown. He's like
What?
5 years old. If you think he
That's a 5-year-old? Holy shit, man. Like, how big can they grow?
can fuck things up now, wait until he's nearly 2 solid
God!
ass tons of blubber and takes issue with the wall of your house. I do not think that seal damage is covered on my fucking insurance plan, dude.
Holy man. Jesus Christ. I better talk to my house insurance then. Hey, you know, maybe you want to update a policy on this? Okay? This may happen, you know?
Platypus are weird, but I'm
Why?
not sure you quite understand just how fucking weird. So everyone
Listen, I love Perry the platypus, okay? I think he's really cool. What you mean?
basics. They lay eggs, they sweat milk, and they look like God hit randomizer on the spore creature creator.
Oh
and
my
just
God,
called
that's
it a day.
freaky.
But you see, mate, that's barely even scratching the surface of weird platypus features. First up, as is the qualifier for any Australian animal, did you know they're venomous? No, I'm not fucking with you. You heard me correctly.
What?
Male platypus actually have venomous spurs on their hind
Oh
legs.
my
These spurs
God.
are multi-purpose, acting as defense from predators, as well as a tool for throwing hands with other male platypus during mating season. And while their venom is non-lethal, that doesn't mean that getting stung by them doesn't fucking suck. See, platypus venom can cause extreme pain and swelling, and to ensure
Ouch.
you remember not to fuck with them again, these effects can last for several months and have no treatment.
Months? And wait, it says also immune to pain medications. You have to feel that pain for months? Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna mess with Perry the platypus, okay? No way, no way.
Or anti-venom, so if Perry stabs your shit, your only option is to cry about it. Next
Yeah,
on the
you
list of
cooked.
offensive capabilities, I shit you not, platypus share the same hunting method as sharks. You see, that big-ass
What?
bill isn't just for show, as it contains enough surveillance equipment to make the CIA blush. Possessing the ability to sense changes in pressure in the water, but most
Jeez.
importantly, containing electroreceptors that track electrical signals from muscle
What the
contractions
fu-
made by their prey.
Oh my
Meaning that when
God.
whatever they're chasing starts quaking in fear, they know about it. And last but not least, as if
I low-key did not realize platypus is such a predator. What? I thought we're just gonna be a harmless animal. Like cute animal, you know?
those things weren't already unbelievable, we recently discovered something new. Platypus are fucking biofluorescent. They glow.
They glow!
If you hit these things with a black light, they go bright fucking
Whoa.
green. And the best
That is so cool though. That's low-key kind of cool. I wish I can also glow in the dark too, you know?
part of that is we have no clue why they do it. I mean, I
for
guess
fun.
it just means Perry was a biblically accurate platypus.
Yeah,
man. I know, I mean,
true.
who fucking designed this thing?
That is so true. That's actually accurate. What?
You see this thing T-pose, run.
Oh, why?
Introducing the anteater, a goofy little creature native to Brazil, and to understand why
Hey, Brazil this time in Australia, huh? Nice, nice.
the absolute stance on this bad boy is a threat to your health, you're going to have to understand a little about his lifestyle first. Now listen, I know this may come as a shock to you, but the anteater eats ants.
Oh, no shit,
weighing
man.
in at 40 kilos and 1.8
Holy.
meters in length, he needs to consume upwards of 40,000 ants per
That's
day.
a
Now,
lot of
in order to
ants.
help him hit his bulking goals, the anteater has a mystery mouse tool stored inside that Excel sniffer. A 60 centimeter
That is way too long, my bro. Jesus Christ. Like, this animal was just designed to eat ant only. Like, all the ants. Like, black ants, fire ants. Like, just all the ants? This is so interesting.
Long tongue. Designed
That's
to snake
really
its
long.
way down an ant colony's tunnel network, smash into their living room, and abduct the entire cast of
Jesus.
bug's life and convert them into a high-calorie meal. However, what
Nom
that
nom.
tongue do only goes so far, as an ant colony can extend up to 4 meters underground,
Whoa.
and termites live in high-rises.
Holy
which means
shit.
our boy here is going to have to do a little excavation to get to the goods. But last I checked, an anteater can't go down to Bunnings and buy a shovel. So how does he dig? Oh, that's simple, with the combat knives he has for claws. Yeah, anteaters are permanently cosplaying
Whoa.
Freddy Krueger with a set of 4-inch claws, which,
4
proving
inch?
the effectiveness of a few
Damn.
inches, can crack through f***ing concrete. Now, these work great for digging, but they are also more than capable of flatlining you. When
Mauling
threatened, the
you.
anteater will rear up into a defensive T-pose. This is your sign, if you are smart, to turn around and f*** all the way off. If, however, you were, say, some dumbass trophy hunter who really felt the need to try and stab an animal for no reason other than ego, the anteater will swipe at you with those claws,
Oh
which
my
are at
God.
the perfect height to nail your inner thigh, slip through your flesh like butter, and sever your femoral artery, causing you to bleed out.
Holy shit. Okay, that is a very important artery. If you get a lot of bleeding in the artery, you're kind of cooked, you know? Like Loki. I was gonna say it's called anteater, not man-eater, but I mean, you know.
2 minutes while the anteater watches you go meet your ancestors. Can you imagine having to explain to your ancestors who felled woolly mammoths you got your packed up by the most unserious creature on the planet hitting a
For real?
T-pose?
Dominance asserted.
This shrimp can cause explosions.
Whoa, that's real?
Main goal is to blow up.
Introducing the mantis.
What? That is such a beautiful and vibrant colors of a shrimp. That true? No way. Fun fact, I am highly and deadly allergic to shrimp. So, this is gonna be fun.
Shrimp, native to the West Indo-Pacific Ocean and possibly the coolest crustacean under the sea, because this fluorescent armored
So
sausage
cool though.
is actually a voracious, bloodthirsty predator
Oh.
rocking enough surveillance equipment to scare the CIA with a weapon powerful enough to surpass Metal Gear.
Holy
See,
shit.
the mantis shrimp is a highly effective predator, and they find and track their prey with easily the most advanced set of eyes on the fucking planet.
Oh.
First off, each of these eye stalks can rotate independently like a periscope,
Oh my god, what are these eyes? Like freaking giant light bulb. Oh my god.
giving them a full 360 degrees of vision. However,
Damn.
more importantly, they can see colors we can't.
Oh.
You see, the mantis shrimp's eyes contain a full 15 photoreceptor cones compared
Holy
to
shit.
our 3. Which is a
Damn.
fancy way of saying they can see in 16K HDR with ray
Wow.
tracing enabled at 500 render distance.
I am low-key jealous because I wear glasses in real life. For those who didn't know, I'm fucking blind. And I need this kind of vision. I usually see in 360p instead of 4K when I have glasses on. So, just for comparison.
Now, not only is the visual clarity unmatched, they can also see into the infrared and ultraviolet light spectrums. And despite all of this, they still can't find who asked.
Oh
What
my
they
god.
can, however, find is their next meal. The mantis shrimp subsists on a diet of fish, worms, squidward, and, most importantly, Mr. Krabs. Now,
Hey.
crabs famously exist inside of a defensive shell. So, how does this polite little gentleman break into the shell? Simple. He throws hands. That's right, weighing in at only 90 grams and 38
Whoa, 90
centimeters in
grams
length,
only.
the mantis shrimp has a punch that produces 15,000 newtons of force. That
What
is
the
176 newtons per gram. So if a human was capable of that same kind of force, a right hook from someone who weighs 80 kilo would be like getting hit in the face with 6 sticks of dynamite.
Whoa! No.
Now, to produce that force,
We're so cooked. Oh my... Well, like I said, I am very deadly allergic to shrimp. And I was right. This would definitely kill all of us. Myself included.
its claw needs to be moving at 83 kilometers an hour, which is so
Almost a
fast,
freeway.
it creates
Holy
a
shit.
vacuum in the water called a cavitation bubble, which then immediately collapses at such a speed it creates a miniature explosion that flashbangs the target and reaches a temperature hotter than the surface of the sun.
God
Mr.
damn.
Krabs is getting f***ing disintegrated.
Money.
Holy shit. Yeah. Never see this trend, man. Never.
This adorable little
Octopus.
octopus is also the world's deadliest.
I am also allergic to octopus too. Welcome to my world.
Introducing the blue-ringed octopus,
Wow,
a species
beautiful,
of cephalopod
though.
native to Australia, and in a shock to precisely 0 people at this point, it's venomous. Because of course it's f***ing venomous.
Of course.
Why wouldn't it be venomous? That'd make
True.
my life way too f***ing easy. Now, to its credit, unlike most of the toxic bullshit in this hellscape I call home, they at least have the common decency to be coloured like a f***ing neon sign.
Yeah, so you
However,
can see
it
them.
immediately loses this credit by being the octopus equivalent of a f***ing hobbit, coming in smaller than a 50-cent coin.
Oh!
This is a problem, because it is the most venomous octopus in the world.
Oh my god!
That's right, this fluoro spaghetti ball is packed to the brim with neurotoxin. More specifically, tetrodotoxin.
Oh.
You know, the same shit that turns cooking a puff fish into a quick time event. Yeah, these little guys are packing it too. However, because it is Australian, the blue-ringed octopus is on violence timing and is the only animal in the world to use this shit as an offensive measure by way of a venomous bite. But what does the venom actually do? Well, imagine you're wading through the rock pools with the homies, and you accidentally disturb this little gentleman's residence. The blue ring,
Oh, he's
taking
pissed.
the American approach to home defense, suctions onto your leg and bites you. Best part, it's completely painless. So if you're distracted by
okay.
how thick your mate's looking in those Speedos,
Ay.
you aren't going to feel shit. That is, until your face starts tingling like TV static.
Oh.
It's warm out here under the sun, but you weren't sweating like this 5 minutes ago, and now you got a headache.
Oh,
You start
no.
to feel sick,
Oh
weak.
god!
You go to call out, but your voice comes out slurred like you just knocked back a bottle of vodka.
2 shots of vodka.
So you're just slowly dying, basically?
And then suddenly, your legs come out from under you, and you hit the beach. Fun fact about tetrodotoxin. It's a paralytic.
Oh,
Freezes
of
up
course
your
it
muscles
is!
one by one, starting with your arms and legs, which is why you're kissing the sand. You
Oh
know what
gosh.
else is a muscle? Your diaphragm.
Your heart,
the muscle
too.
that controls your breathing. And yeah, turns those bad boys off too. And so, your chest stops rising and falling, and
Oh,
you
you're
suffocate
cooked.
to death right there on the beach. Now, you may be wondering, how come no one called an ambulance? That's easy. They didn't have time to. You went up to meet your ancestors in under 20
minutes?
God ordered your ass
God
with
damn.
same-day shipping, and this little delivered. Employee of the month.
Employee of the month! Oh my gosh! Man, same-day shipping is crazy.
This bear was
love
actually
beer.
a soldier. But how? You see, it was 1942, and the 22nd Polish Artillery Company were passing through the mountains of Iran on their way to the front lines to fight the Nazis. While passing through a town on their way, they were stopped by a young Iranian shepherd looking to trade with them for rations and a
Oh.
Swiss Army knife. When the Poles asked what he had to offer in return, the young shepherd produced a burlap sack containing an orphaned Syrian brown bear cub. You see, this bear's mother was shot by hunters, which
Oh,
is how he
no.
ended up in a low-tech Pokeball being offered as a trade deal.
Poor bear.
The Polish looked at the bear and, clearly seeing the potential for insane dad law, said,
Damn good deal.
and in the most worthwhile trade deal in history, parted ways with their supplies in exchange for a f***ing Pokemon. adopting him into their ranks and naming him Wojtek. And the 22nd
Hey, cool name.
immediately set about raising this little man as a proper bear and soldier.
Maggots!
As a baby, they would feed him condensed milk out of an empty vodka bottle,
Damn.
as well as feeding him on the cartoon bear diet consisting of fruit, honey, and marmalade. They also appointed a soldier as his caretaker,
Damn.
who wasted no time in showing Wojtek how to fit in with the rest of the army, teaching Yogi's little cousin to wave, salute, and even march.
Oh my god!
While not undergoing rigorous military training, Wojtek would hang out with the soldiers. He drank coffee with them in the morning,
Ayo.
trained with them in the day, and when they all got shit-faced in the evening, he would f***ing wrestle with them. Do you know how much a brown bear has to love you to wrestle you?
For real?
On top of double rations, they would also feed Wojtek treats in the form of beer and cigarettes.
Wow.
They let the bear have smoko. Eventually, Army High Command heard about this and were having absolutely none of it. You see, pets were not allowed in the army,
What?
which meant Wojtek had to go.
No!
Or did he?
Oh.
Because the 22nd Artillery Company officially enlisted him.
I'm doing my
Wait,
part.
let's go!
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
Wojtek was given a serial number and granted the rank of private.
let's
so when
go.
confronted about the very conspicuous
This is so freaking cool, man. I cannot. Oh my god.
bear in their ranks, they simply went, "That's not a bear, that's Private Wojtek." And Wojtek took his new role very seriously, as during the Battle of Monte Cassino in 1944, Wojtek began using his bulk to transport artillery shells and
Whoa.
ammo to soldiers engaged in combat. They had a fucking resupply bear.
Holy shit.
For his bravery, he was promoted to the rank of corporal, and the 22nd changed their insignia to a
Nice.
bear carrying an
Nice.
artillery shell. This absolute unit
Wow.
smoked, drank, and dropped artillery
So wholesome.
on the Nazis. Based.
Very based. I love this bear. Oh my god.
Scientists just de-extincted a 12,000-year-old dog.
What?
Well, kinda. You see, a bioengineering company called Colossal has dedicated itself to doing what every single Jurassic Park film has told us is a bad idea. Bringing back extinct species. And recently, they made a breakthrough. They have managed to bring back the 12,000-year-old direwolf. You know those big-ass puppies from Game of Thrones that the Starks had? Yeah, those were actually a real-ass animal, alive during the late Ice Age. And the best way I can describe them to you is, basically a wolf on steroids.
Damn.
These things were bigger, faster, and stronger, estimated to have the highest bite force out of any canine. And in a move that
Holy.
I'm sure has no implications, they have managed to bring these bad boys back to life.
Oh my god.
These two little guys are now 6 months old and have been living on a private plot of land with 24/7
That's a 6 months old. Damn, they're kind of big for being 6 months. Wow.
veterinary care. However, they've only just been shown off to the public, with the company going so far as to get a photo op with George R.R. Martin holding one of these adorable little killing
Adorable.
machines,
I love
showing that
adorable.
man will literally interact with an extinct species before he finishes that last f***ing book. There is, however, one small problem.
Oh?
This isn't technically a direwolf. You see, by merit of them being extinct, short of specking into necromancy, you can't exactly bring them back.
No, not really.
Which is where this guy comes in. You see, the grey wolf shares 99.5% of its genetic code with the dire wolf. So, using CRISPR gene editing, they basically
makes sense.
toss the grey wolf back into the spore creator, then using the code found in dire wolf fossils as a build guide,
Okay.
juiced the out of it, boosting the size slider and putting some extra points into strength, as well as adjusting its head shape and teeth. All in all, they made a total
Man, what a steroid customization. What?
of 20 edits to 14 genes, producing the closest thing we can get to a dire wolf.
That's really cool.
Short of time travel. Which is cool as f***.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 years before a man-made horror beyond comprehension breaks out of that f***ing lab and we are all playing Resident Evil.
Oh, no, no. No, please. I would not want to participate in that. Please, no.
This bird has to rearrange its organs and skeleton just to lay an egg.
What?
This
Holy
cute
shit.
little guy is the kiwi bird, a species of ratite native to New Zealand this time, and the absolute poster
Zealand
child
now.
for getting cucked by evolution.
You see, this walking featherball is actually directly related to the emu, ostrich, and cassowary, being a member of the same family of flightless birds. However, there is a problem. You see, the
What?
rest of the kiwi's bloodline actually looked up a build guide before picking their stat spread.
Of course, they're gonna look up a build guide. Of course, you know, yeah. Gonna max that.
And as such made sure to trade the whole flying thing for something useful.
With all of his cousins specking into speed, size, and some kind of
Holy
offensive
shit.
capability.
So that leaves the question, what did the kiwi pick to make up for not flying? Absolutely f***ing nothing. Kiwis are tiny in comparison
Aw,
to their relatives,
they're kinda
coming in
cute.
at only 4 kilos in weight
8
and
pounds
50
only.
centimeters tall. This is because
Oh.
kiwis evolved largely on an island with no natural predators.
They have a really long beak though, so I feel like from the previous videos, this bird may be either poisonous or is using the beak to like suck the victim in. I don't know. I'm thinking this bird gonna be dangerous somehow.
So they downsized and traded out the knife feet and bloodlust for just being a little guy with a good attitude, which honestly worked
claws,
pretty well
though.
for them until the British did British things, and now they have to deal with cats and dogs trying to eat them. And considering this build was not designed for PvP, they have been clapped so hard by invasive species that they are now unfortunately an endangered animal.
Oh,
but
no!
getting shafted by the British is just the beginning of the generational violation of the kiwi, because these poor feathered fruits can't even reproduce without
What?
getting f***ed over. You see, the kiwi bird's cousins are famous for laying huge eggs.
Wow.
I'm talking hit your protein macros in one meal-sized
Jesus.
egg. And you would think that is because they are large. And you would be wrong. Because their vertically challenged cousins have to lay eggs the same size.
A
Whoa.
kiwi bird lays eggs 20% the size of their body, with the egg being so
How is that even possible? Like, that makes no... I mean, are they in pain? Like, what the... That should not be possible.
bloody large, it rearranges their internal
What the
organs
f-
and stretches their rib
That's
cage
insane.
just to be able to hold the thing. For reference, that is like a human giving birth to a 15-kilo child.
Holy
That's not
shit.
a bun in the oven anymore. That's a whole f***ing bakery.
Fun fact though, pregnant mothers, their organs do get rearranged when they're pregnant. So I guess in some way we're kind of similar, but at least the baby is not 30 pounds because God forbid. Oh my God. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is part 3. If you want part 4, I still got a few more videos to go through. But if you want part 4, let me know in the comment down below. Thank you again so much for watching. And don't forget to go binge watch part 2 and 3. I will leave the links down below. Thank you so much. And I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.